Hello, what is going on? What is going on? How are you doing today in this present moment? I really do hope all is well with people. This world that we live in tends to go left and go right and, go back and go forth. And it's hard sometimes. It's hard to keep ourselves in the middle. It's hard to stay focused sometimes. But I just want to come on today because this is the first podcast to this YouTube channel, and I wanted to play some frequency in the background, as it is it's a cleansing frequency. It's clearing the space. So as you're in this moment, when you come forward to this moment, this present moment with me, just know that I'm clearing the space for us both, so that nothing orbiting around us is trying to infringe on our energy and our space, or any of those things. We like to stay in the middle, and if you're not in the middle, you're working your way there. We're not here to judge. So when I say we, the I is we. So this is tribe with no S. But this is my first podcast. It's going to be a spontaneous podcast. I'm really just going to talk about just whatever. But as of late, I've been feeling really great. Yesterday was such a tremendous day for me because I was able to release a lot that was inside, and that felt really good. It felt like just a lot of weight, being taken out of you, really. Like, it was just like the weight was just flowing out of me. And the reason why that had happened, because this build that Tribe had, was so powerful. It was so impactful. It actually spoke to me in ways that my body, responded. I couldn't even hold the tears back. It was something that needed to be let out. And that's something else I want to come on with today on YouTube for this first podcast, is that when you really feel that you need to let go of some tears, you should let go of them tears. You should not try to really, keep it in, hold it in, because it's such a relief when you let them tears out. And it's more of a relief when the tears naturally flow out by themselves. And you feel a lot better. You feel a lot more clear. You feel a lot more, weight lifted off your shoulders, your chest, your whole body, your whole overall being. And, I just want to thank Tribe for that, because coming forward to the space yesterday did that for me. Just being receptive, just listening, and wow, it just aligned with everything I'm really kind of experiencing. When the words really line up with what you're experiencing currently, I mean, man, it's just like you don't get too many people who can just sense you, who can feel you, from so far away, and have words that have such an impact through the computer. So I want to express that. I want to give thanks for that. And I just want you to be open, the next time that happens to you. I want you to be receptive the next time that happens to you, that you should probably let them go. You should probably let them tears go, because that's growth. So I just wanted to get on with that. Excuse me, don't want to make this video too long. Like I said, these next couple of videos will really just be spontaneous. First 10 will be spontaneous. The next 10, though, you definitely want to tune in for these next 10. These next 10 will be some of the most powerful, potent content that will actually get you going as far as what you could be doing for yourself. How can you be sustaining yourself? And these are all important questions to ask, because you have to look at what time we're in right now. We're in the middle of the year. June's already over. And we really haven't got to enjoy the year the way we really wanted to, because of the pandemics and a lot of the chaos that's going on. And, that took away, for a lot of people, what they really wanted to do this year. A lot of people had 2020 vision. A lot of people had these goals and inspirations, beginning of the year. You see this a lot at the beginning of every year. And, tend to fall off, though, about the second, third month into the year. They tend to fall off. And, I don't blame the people for that. I really don't, because there's a lot of programming out. And that programming is very powerful too. That programming can get your consciousness. It could take up space, a lot of space in your consciousness, if you're not mindful and aware of just these energies, just these frequencies, just, what is it in the physical, what is it in the metaphysical. We have to just identify, and we haven't been really taught, how to identify with these things that are keeping us in stagnancy, that are keeping us in just turmoil with ourselves and with other people around us. And we since we can identify with these things, we feel, because of our pride and our ego, that we know, what we're doing, we know how we're handling it, and therefore we don't really identify with the issue. Therefore, the issue continues to go on. So, I'm here on YouTube to make things a little more clear for people, to give back content that makes things clear as far as what is this experience in the physical and what is this experience in the metaphysical, aka, the astral plane, the dream world. And mind you, I'm only giving back like my experiences. Not only giving back my experiences, but I'm giving back my experiences with knowledge, with the knowledge. So I'm combining really both things together to make it, more clear for people. Using my experience, using the knowledge I came across, and how I was in such resonance with the knowledge, not just how I came across it, but no, I felt everything that I was trying to articulate. Everything I was trying to express, came about when, the knowledge, when I was guided to the knowledge, you could say. And, mind you, this knowledge isn't just, knowledge you get from school, knowledge you get from school, the schooling institutions. This is knowledge that, our ancestors, the ones that were here before us, the ones that tried to hand us the baton, that we tried to catch it, we tried to take the hand off, but we fumbled, we fumbled it. And this is a we thing. We all fumbled it, But just because we fumbled it doesn't mean we can't pick that ball back up and take it to the house. And that's exactly what we're going to have to do in these next 6 months. I mean, you have to just really you kind of have to really see what's going to come next. It's just like a movie, right? The movie never starts off with the climax. You never get the climax of the movie and the introduction of the movie, the beginning of the movie. There's a lead up to that though. You expect the climax though, right? When you watch a movie, you go pay for a ticket, you go sit down, you've seen the previews, right? You've seen side flicks of this movie, this preview. You've seen side flicks of it, but you haven't seen the climax. They give you little flicks. Just like if that movie was a memory, they'll give you little bits and pieces of it to get your interest, to get your attention. So just like you get this ticket, you go sit down, you go watch this movie. You're excited because you got them flicks, you got them little pieces of that memory of that movie, and that's what brought you into that space to watch the full thing, knowing that it's going to be a climax. So right now, what's going on is a movie. Something that is orchestrated, something that is an illusion, something that has a green screen right in front of you and behind you and on the side of you and on the other side of you, up, above and below. They got green screens all around you, and you're another character that is pushing out an agenda or pushing out, something that they want to keep us where we are currently. Now, if you can't see this life as being a movie, meaning things are set up around you, things are propped around you to get you to feel like it's real, like it's really life. But no, there's another side to that, which is the real matrix. We're living in the fake matrix. Things that have been here for us to feel and vibrate certain ways and really identify with certain ways. So therefore we're that now, and compartmentalizing ourselves in certain ways when we're all whole. So, but back to my point. You don't just watch the movie and you get the climax. It's a build-up. So right now we're in the movie, right? Life is a movie, and there's a build-up this year. There's a build-up to the climax, and if we're not prepared for that climax, guess what? If the house falls, everyone living in that house falls as well. So if this house falls that we've depended on for so long, that we've laid our heads here for so long, for so many years, our children, generation after generation, if it falls, we fall as well. So what I'm saying to you right now today is it's important to prepare. It's important to see what is going to come next, because that puts you in the driver's seat that you're already in. It's just how aware are you of it? So I just want to get on with that. This is my first podcast, very spontaneous, off the dome, freestyle, just how I do my conscious lyrics, really just come in and freestyle something just off the beat, off the vibe. I don't really try to write things down and, prepare in that way. I just come in and freestyle how I feel, and this is going to be a spontaneous podcast. But I want you to tune in for these next 10 that I'm going to make, because these next 10 are going to be life changers for everyone. So thank you for listening. You have a beautiful rest of your day. Honus.